Hello everyone, this is Crota coming at you, giving you not even game one in a series. This is a showcase match between Lin and Xiaokkai. Lin spawning as the yellow orc here at what I'll call the 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock position. Meanwhile, down over here we have Xiaokkai playing under the name Yumiko and making it very confusing for me. Spawning here at what I will call the 2 o'clock location. So it is going to be Yumiko versus Xiaokkai versus Lin, and I am just going to try to refer to them as human versus orc throughout the rest of the match. If I say Yumiko, I think you guys can give me a little bit of slack and a little bit of grace here and know who I really mean, since it is a human player with the name Yumiko that isn't Yumiko. Anyways, Archmage now being trained up down over here, and as things get underway, I am expecting this to be an Archmage versus Blade Master matchup. I am looking forward to this game, as this game did come fairly highly rated, hence the showcase name. Anytime I see a showcase match and there's not that many good best of 3 series out there, I try to pick and find the best games. This is the better game of the two so far, according to recommendations, but I do hope that you guys enjoy and watch all of the videos that are currently out there on my channel. If anyone's actually seen, I think, all 6,000 videos, then I think you, and this essentially gave me like $3. So thank you. Thank you very much. You one person who watched all 6,000 of my videos, I earned $3, assuming you didn't have ad block on. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and, why did I even mention that? Oh, more internet people. Anyways, let's go ahead and figure out what's going to be going down up here, as the peon now heading back home, realizing that, hey, my opponent has not spawned there. Yumiko now rounding the corner with a whole sea of militia, 8 of them. And now we're going to see a quick ensnare onto this militia down there. Water Elemental will be forced to back up a little bit, absorbing more of the range melee attack. And that's exactly what you want to be doing. Second Water Elemental quickly got ensnared, though, and that's not what you want to see happen, as Rune Bracers have been dropped. Now, Rune Bracer is not really that useful in this matchup, just because there's not that much magic damage that you're going to see come onto that Archmage. Meanwhile, Forest Troll High Priest now taken down. We are looking at a Farseer. Okay, I take it back. I blindly expected a Blade Master, and this is going to be a Farseer. I don't remember the last time I actually saw a Farseer game. We do not have an Arcane Tower, meaning that all of these peasants are going to be very, very vulnerable, and that is the reason why the human player is actually staying close. He does not want to allow the Farseer to push right through here and then get some easy damage onto all of these low hit point peasants in the backfield. Now, this is rather difficult for a human or an orc player, because he actually has to micro each of these units individually. These wolves are very, very low on hit points, very easy to take down, and do still give a good amount of experience. So that's one of the things that you do have to worry about, as the Archmage ends up trapping himself in a corner. All right, are we going to see a trap? That is the big question there. Level 2. Oh, the goodness, that is incredibly close, as we're looking at both sides teleporting. This Archmage ends up surviving at 58 hit points. Meanwhile, the Farseer surviving at 48 hit points. Stronghold already teching the tier 2. Town Hall still building, now being forced to build an Arcane Vault. And this is going to be one of those situations where the Farseer may actually benefit a little bit more here by having the ranged Farseer, and knowing that the Farseer, or not knowing whether or not the human player has actually, but Wolves now trying to make their way in. Okay, Wolves now pushing their way in through the back. Archmage using a Scroll of Regeneration by his lonesome self. Very, very greedy of him, as it looks like a wolf or a shot may go down on that wolf. No shot going down on that wolf. This wolf trying to get the hit, unable to do so. Lin now being forced, or Xiaokkai now being forced to pull back here. Is it Lin? Oh my goodness, I need to double check this real fast. It's Xiaokkai versus Yumiko. So, wow, that is Xiaokkai and Yumiko, and they're playing under the name, is it Xiaokkai and Yumiko? Yeah, so this is Yumiko. I'm sorry, this is Lin. Lin is actually Xiaokkai. All right, that is even more confusing. I apologize. I am messing up all the names, but hopefully I got that settled down here. So Yumiko is in fact Yumiko. Lin is actually Xiaokkai. As we're looking at the Farseer now making a big rush here. All right, a lot of harassment coming through. The Farseer could get some easy damage, being forced to back off there, doesn't want to lose that charge of that clarity potion. The wolves are able to just rush in through here pretty easily, as the Archmage most likely going to be at level 3 momentarily. That's going to be a very big issue. Meanwhile, Dark Ranger now being picked up by Xiaokkai. So Xiaokkai picking up a Dark Ranger instead of a Shadow Hunter or a Tauren Chieftain, most likely that is the actual other corresponding unit here. So now the Farseer is actually going to be in a very, very big bout of trouble. He is ending up going to get surrounded. Farseer falls at level 1, giving level 3 to an Archmage. And now we see the Dark Ranger putting in pressure. However, the pressure from that Dark Ranger not going to amount to very much at all. But we can still see that we are about 2/3 of the way to tier 2. Let's take a look at the Orc. Orc is building his bestiary, double bestiaries. And is he all of a sudden going to be switching into Wind Riders? That would be absolutely confusing to me. Archmage and Water Elementals are generally strong enough to handle Wind Riders, but perhaps the addition of the Dark Ranger with skeletal minions and what's it called, Spirit Wolves would be enough pressure to force the Archmage to constantly run back. You can see that a lot of pressure has been placed down, and Yumiko able to clear out that extra wolf back here. Guard towers now being added. So those guard towers mean, oh, what is going on over here? Archmage now taking a lot of damage. What is going down? The Farseer is incredibly fast here. Archmage does have boots of speed, though, so no real catching up to that. Meanwhile, you can take a look. We are going into Wind Riders, so double Wind Riders from the bestiaries. The guard towers are going to be working overtime to try and protect those Wind Riders, but the guard towers are going to be a bit too far back. Water Elemental is right here. Farseer perhaps should not be trying to engage here. Otherwise, all of that mana is going to be lost here. That Water Elemental now just stuck into a corner. The Farseer sitting at level 1. Dark Ranger sitting at level 1. Archmage is sitting at level 3. So you would think that the Archmage has a clear advantage, but the tech advantage definitely belongs to the Orc player. No fortress, just stronghold, as the Wind Rider now takes to the skies. And the Wind Rider may be able to pick apart some of these unsuspecting peasants. I do not believe Defend has been researched. Here's the Wind Rider, and oh, already the damage is coming through. Is it going to go ahead and take down 1 or 2 of those footmen? And it looks like 1 footman going to get taken down. There it goes. There's 1 footman. Skeletal Man is now popping back up. The guard tower is now making short work of that, as all of these units are now backing off. Meanwhile, over here, Water Elemental now popping on right on out, as this second bestiary is not even trained in anything. Bat Rider is now being added. Not quite sure why you're going for Bat Riders if you don't even see the Griffin Aviary yet. Okay, sorry, Griffin Aviary now coming online, so we are going to be looking at some I'll be a small number of Dragonhawk Riders, which are incredibly powerful. Water Elementals now coming through. All right, Stormbolt onto a Wind Rider. Wind Rider needs to be saved here. Only a handful of units can actually take that Wind Rider, and there is a speed scroll in order to get that Wind Rider out of there. Meanwhile, Stormbolt, however, takes it down, and now the units are just turning back around to get some damage through. All right, Farseer still has enough for a Chain Lightning. Does not get a Chain Lightning off, as the Skeletal Minions are still fighting back here, giving a little bit of extra mana or experience to Yumiko. Yumiko looking very strong here. As we're looking across, Archmages now dropping down. Water Elemental's Footmen now making their way over. And what is going to be happening next if Xiaokkai can actually make something happen with his army of Wind Riders, perhaps get to level 2, maybe even, or level 2 on the Dark Ranger, maybe level 3 on the Farseer, then something can happen. But Yumiko has just been having such an easy time here that I don't think that's going to be happening. Water Elementals now making their way out to try and take down these Wind Riders. Stormbolt onto a Wind Rider. Have the Wind Rider, oh no, not above the Timberline yet. May end up getting taken down. Wow, that Wind Rider down to 23 hit points, able to stay alive and stay around for just a bit longer. Things are not looking good though, but we are going into more Bat Riders and Wind Riders. 44 over 50 supply. All right. Griffin Aviary not training up anything yet. Sorceress now being added. Let's take a look at this. Dragonhawk Rider is right there. Bat Rider wants to make its way over, and the ends does justify the means, as they're now trying to make a mad rad dash for that Dragonhawk Rider. However, Dragonhawk Rider is a very, very fast unit. Will be able to get away and perhaps heal back up in just a second. Archmage does have 1 Water Elemental on the field, as we're looking at a little bit more creeping going down. Perhaps the Dark Ranger, yes, getting to level 2. Not sure what his ability is going to be. Perhaps a silence to slow down the incoming number of Stormbolts. Farseer, Dark Ranger now coming together. Wind Rider, lots of them. Going to make short work of this creep camp. And this may be the long-term strategy of Xiaokkai. Xiaokkai hoping to clear out creep camps and get a distinctive hero advantage. A lot of resources are currently sitting inside the base of Yumiko. Guard towers that are not doing much of anything. So by forcing his opponents to build up more guard towers that aren't really firing, that's not going to be that helpful. Now you're going to see Xiaokkai continuing to creep out higher level creep camps, and he may be able to catch up, even surpass his opponent if given the right amount of time. We are looking at Yumiko though transitioning into Rifleman. And Rifleman, even without their range upgrade, is going to be a bit of a problem. Rifleman, very, very good at focusing down those Wind Riders, perfect anti-air units. And it's going to really come down to the Farseer. Oh, picking up some nice items there. True Shot Aura onto the Wind Riders, plus 10% damage for pretty much the entire army, save for the summons in those Feral Spirits and Skeletal Minions. All right, let's take a look. Scroll Town Portal now purchased. Both sides using this opportunity to creep as quickly as possible. Mountain King at 2, gonna get to 3. Archmage gonna get to 4. And unless the Wind Riders work overtime in their creeping, I don't see how this is gonna really benefit at all. All right, Farseer now in position, going after those units there. One Troll Trapper already down. Second Troll Trapper quickly gonna get taken down as well. There is now level 3 on the Dark Ranger. Great or Dark Minions now coming out onto the field. That's going to be even stronger units, I believe. Yes, there's a... No, that is just there. There's a Dark Minion, 15 to 17, as opposed to 9 to 10. Almost a... What is that? 50% to 70% increase in damage, in addition to the extra hit points that these Dark Minions have. An additional 75, so an extra 75, what is that, an extra 30% more hit points as well. Gonna cause a lot of problems here as the Skeletal Minions are just wandering around, perhaps looking for an expansion that has yet to be established. There's that Dire Wolf there, and you can see that the Farseer is really hoping to just catch some units off guard. Oh, there's a Rifleman. That Rifleman could just get focused down very, very quickly, and there it goes. One Rifleman already down. Farseer taking a lot of damage here, and now we're going after the towers. All right, one tower already down. You can see how much damage those towers are absorbing and trying to just stay around, but it's not working as the 2 guard towers were not enough. There's a shackle onto one, or from one Dragonhawk Rider, but quickly silenced, and that is the end of that. All right, Wind Riders now fighting back here. Farseer is right in the midst of everything. You can see that the units are now just trying to fight back here, and there is really no home field advantage. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability going after Stormbolt, now going down. Mountain King being forced to use a potion, as well as both sides just focusing down units. That Dragonhawk Rider never stood a chance. As you can see, the militia are just trying to make their way through. Another Dragonhawk Rider. Oh, poor Wind Rider gets ensnared on the far side there. Not going to really work out. That's a little bit more piercing damage, as well as the... What is going on here? I thought that Water Elemental was actually attacking the Archmage. That is not making a lot of sense. That Yumiko's Water Elemental does not like his master, dealing a fair bit of damage, but now you can see that Xiaokkai is just sitting inside his opponent's base with a Feral Spirit, Dire Wolf, sitting right in the position, making it very difficult to try and get in there. Are we going to see a Stormbolt? Oh, Wind Rider. Oh, Stormbolt. Now a bit of a silence there. So now all of a sudden the Mountain King can't do anything. There's a Chain Lightning. Is it going to take it down? And yes, it does. Level 4 on the Farseer. Unsuspected turn of events right there, as so much damage. Those spears dealing so much damage, as the Footman now being forced to use Defend. Dark Ranger now sitting at level 4, and the Dark Ranger now with those those Dark Minions are now really going to be causing a problem, as the Footmen have to deal with those Dark Minions while they have Defend up. Otherwise, the Wind Riders from the air will finish them off. Archmage is now at level 5. Farseer at level 4, Dark Ranger at level 4. Farseer just having a great time sitting inside the space, knowing that his opponent cannot really do all that much. There comes the Feral Spirits. Farseer now down to 115 hit points, down to 111, 93, 63, 44, and it is going to survive in the backfield. A Priest now right there, and it looks like another unit's going to get taken down. All right, so sorry, the Farseer staying alive at 56 hit points. Not quite sure how this unit is still alive, as the Water Elemental going after the Farseer, unable to do so. That Farseer has just a great has no concern for his own life and is going to be able to survive. There's the Scroll of Town Portal as the supply shows 32 over 60 compared to 58 over 60. Xiaokkai looking strong, and looks like he'll be able to repeat this strategy here in just a second. Clarity Potion being used on the Dark Ranger. Farseer not using a Clarity Potion. There's a big surprise. No sarcasm intended. I thought the Farseer would have used a Clarity Potion as well. Really wants more mana, and then just trying to finish this entire attack off. Here you go. There's one Water Elemental in the back. That could get cleared out here in just a second. And one Water Elemental going up against one Wind Rider. That is not a good fight at all. There's the regroup as the Rifleman. Oh, what's going on here? All right, there goes another Rifleman there. Mountain King now back out on the field. Shackle onto a Wind Rider. Dragonhawk Rider doesn't stand a chance as we see another bolt onto a Wind Rider here. All right, let's take a look. Lower hit point Wind Riders are in the back. Water Elemental could just get cleared out. Speed Scroll running straight in. And there you have it again. This is going to turn into a nightmare once more, as Yumiko will be forced to go single file into his own base. An absolute nightmare as the Water Elementals... Wait, Archmage is now at level 6. Okay, all bets are now off. Archmage is at level 6 with Mass Teleport. Stormbolt now going down into the Dark Ranger. Archmage, level 3 Brilliance Aura. Excuse me, no Mass Teleport. Level 3 Brilliance Aura for more Water Elementals, hoping to get to perhaps level 6 or level 7 for Mass Teleport. 17 over 60 supply. Water Elementals should be coming out galore. Spirit Wolves are now invisible when they are not attacking. Hence, they can just hold position here, and Yumiko will not be able to get inside his own base. I don't know the last time I saw level 3 Spirit Wolves out in a professional game, as we now see a Voodoo Lounge being built inside the base of Yumiko. Yumiko is just in so much trouble, especially if this Voodoo Lounge does get up. Water Elementals need to focus down the Wind Riders need to focus down the Water Elemental. You cannot be losing units like that, especially these very, very expensive Water Elementals, as the Farseer getting taken down at level 5. All right, Mountain King now with plenty of hit points after that potion of healing. Could turn around, try to fight back here. Archmage with level 3 Brilliance Aura. You can see how much mana he is constantly generating. Mountain King takes down one Spirit Wolf there. Water Elemental now getting taken down. And we are still looking at a fight. No more Spirit Wolves. That's all you really needed. A Spirit Wolf right there. And Dark Ranger. Down to 12 hit points. And it gets taken down. Level 7 now on the Archmage, as the Archmage should be able to get Mass Teleport and run around the map. It looks like another another Wind Rider could get taken down. There it goes. And there, that level 7 Archmage and a level 4 Mountain King, almost level 5, so much slow, as Xiaokkai is now being forced to retreat back home. I still say, if a Feral Spirit was right there holding position and invisible, or stopped, not even holding position, and you just started poking around inside the base here, that would have been enough damage. No economy at all for Yumiko. Meanwhile, you're still collecting economy. The supply, what a different story now. 38 over 60 compared to 16 over 54. I guess it's not that different of a story, as more gold needs to be harvested by Yumiko in order to get back into this. More peasants now being trained. Wind Rider. Storm bolted midfield. Plenty of Wind Riders to pick apart those poor unsuspecting sorceress, but the Mountain King is there to provide a bit of protection. You can take a look. One low hit point Wind Rider back over here. Farseer is getting resurrected. Dark Ranger should be very, very not far behind, as we're looking at the Archmage and the Water Elemental holding position inside the back of the base here. That Archmage can be dropping Water Elementals pretty much throughout the rest of the game with no fear of running out of mana. You can see how quickly his mana is regenerating. And at 570 max mana. The regeneration rate is really the key here. The Wind Riders, however, need to back off as they cannot push forward. All right, Shaman now with... Are they going for a Purge? All right, Shaman now with Purge is going to be the counter to the Water Elementals, and that's exactly what Xiaokkai needs. The Water Elementals have been the big damage dealers against those Wind Riders, and perhaps even an Orb of Lightning would be better if the Farseer picked it up. Did the Farseer pick it up? No, he did not. That I am surprised about, as the Farseer's Orb of Lightning would allow for Purge on the Water Elementals and take them down rather quickly. All right, Feral Spirits now just holding position right here, keeping track of what's going on. Oh, there's a quick attack and a quick Shadow Meld. Again, gonna go ahead and run back through. Are we gonna perhaps see more creeping going down? The Farseer is sitting at level 5. Dark Ranger is nowhere near to be found here, as we could just be going into more and stronger items. All right, here you go. Going after the units. One Troll High Priest already gone. Going after another Troll High Priest again, or Forest Troll Warlord for that all-important upgrade there. Orb of Darkness. Wow. So, well, you don't want Orb of Darkness, as you already have the Dark Ranger's ability. Are you going to end up... I don't think you can actually have two of the same debuff at the same time. So Black Orb of Darkness gives Black Arrow, but the Dark Ranger already has a higher one. Perhaps this will trigger Xiaokkai to pick up an Orb of Lightning, as he can sell the Orb of Darkness for exactly that purpose. All right. Wind Riders now making their way over. Going to go ahead and clear up all of these. Nope, not gonna ignore that. Go straight for another red creep camp for perhaps better items. Archmage is at level 7, Mountain King, I believe, at level 4, as the Dark Ranger nowhere to be found. And you can see that the Farseer is just having a grand old time. Dark Ranger couldn't even get experience even if he wanted to at this point, as we now see a Staff of Silence. All right, always very disappointing when you get two items that are exactly the same as your second hero, Silence and Dark Arrow, or Black Arrow. So that Dark Ranger is not going to be able to do very much of anything. All right, let's come back through. Spirit Wolves now ready to go. A whole bunch of Wind Riders. Dark Ranger sitting at level 5. Farseer sitting at level 5. Are we going to sell that Orb of Darkness? Yes, we are. Scrolls of Healing, Scrolls of Protections, Potions of Invulnerability, all on the table to be purchased. It will be a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability as well, as we're seeing at 49/70. Lin with Bloodlust now on his Shaman. So the Shamans can cast Bloodlust, as Xiaokkai is out of mana. Oh, this is turning into a strange game. Water Elemental is back over here. Let's see what's going to be happening. The Wolves are now just wandering around. They could Shadow Melt here in just a second, and there you go. They are going to be hiding themselves once more, not wanting. Oh, are they going to just hold? Are they going to hold position there? Oh, that would be funny. That would be funny. Just hold position right there, and then attack the front of the base where the Archmage cannot get out of unless he uses Mass Teleport, which is, I guess, not that big of a deal at this point. Tiny Great Hall now picked up. Dark Ranger and Farseer clearing up the Ogre Magi creep camp. Clearing that out. Talisman of Evasion may be picked up by the Dark Ranger. There you have it. As we're looking at an expansion attempt coming through. Manual of Health. Dark Ranger now adding in a little bit more life, and going to be a little bit more difficult to take out. We can see that there are, I believe, Shaman in this group for that Purge. And the Purge is going to be huge, slowing down Water Elementals. Oh, Mountain King, Stormbolt onto a Shaman. You cannot be losing this Shaman like that already. There goes one Purge. Are we going to see another Purge already? Oh, there is another Shaman taken down. But the focus fire is absolutely incredible, trying to take down unit after unit. Rifleman going to get taken down now. No more Purge, and that is why you really need, a Chain Lightning there to take down one of the Sorceress. More damage coming through. Archmage or Farseer, or wait, what is this? Going down another Silence. Oh, there goes another Spirit Walker. So I really think if you just had Orb of Lightning, this entire fight would be completely different. Meanwhile, the Dark Minion should be going after these Water Elementals. Another low hit point Wind Rider being forced to pull back. This water elemental now trying to run away, cannot really afford to give even more experience as the Farseer now getting up to level 6. There goes another Wind Rider now, and it may just be Orb of Lightning is the downfall. Without that Orb of Lightning, these water elementals have just been going unchecked completely. And now the water elementals are still a very, very big problem. Stormbolt now onto the Farseer. Farseer needs to use that Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Uses it just in time. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability now onto that Mountain King. Mountain King trying to fight back here. Dark Ranger now trying to fight back. Let's take a look. What's going to be happening? The Farseer now needs to get away. Staff of Silence. Archmage perhaps going to try and chase to that Farseer. Farseer already on the run. Where is it going? Meanwhile, Water Elemental is chasing after the Dark Ranger here. Dark Ranger not knowing where to go. Farseer, oh, Priest now going to go ahead and figure out where exactly this Farseer is heading off to. Going to run around the backside, but ending up looking straight at Mountain King Stormbolt in the face. And I believe that will end up being GG. Yumiko has now taken a serious lead here, and with a level 5 Mountain King pretty much going to go unchallenged. The Feral Spirit now running away, knowing that he can't survive this at all. Farseer now has been resurrected. The Staff of... Mass teleport straight to a Priest, and now the Farseer may fall again. They're slow. There it is. Level 6 now on the Mountain King. And if it wasn't GG before, it is GG now. A level 6 Mountain King, a level 8 Archmage against a solo level 5 Dark Ranger and a resurrecting Farseer. Let's take a look at the gold. Still a minute left in the main gold mine. And how did Xiaokkai let this game get away from him? That's probably what he's wondering to himself right now. I gotta believe Orb of Lightning would have made a serious difference, as the two shamans were pretty much taken out the moment the fight began, unable to use Purge to clear up those water elementals and just giving more experience. They were just far, far too squishy, and that is pretty much the end of that. One poor decision and very superior micro coming in from Yumiko in order to take this game. Once this expansion gets taken down or slowed down, that is pretty much going to be it. Blizzard now being added. Level 1 Blizzard, but it doesn't matter. It is going to be enough. As you can see, the Ice Shard still raining down on everything here. Mountain King, there's the GG. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this showcase match.